Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you love DIY home decor and budget-friendly projects, you're in the right place. Today I'm showing you how to create a stunning textured art piece with a floating frame that looks like it came straight from a high-end gallery, all for a fraction of the cost. So let's get started. To start, I laid out an old sheet just so I didn't make a mess, and I purchased this large canvas from Winners. It was only $25, which I thought was a great price. I already had some joint compound at home. Any sort of putty or wall compound is going to work just fine for this project. I had a putty knife as well, so I just started by applying this to the canvas. I think the trick here is you don't want to put it on too thick or you'll get more cracks. I actually think the cracks add to the artwork, but if you're looking for something that doesn't have cracks and is a little more smoother finish, then I do suggest you do lighter, smaller layers. There's really no right or wrong way to do this, but I just played around with different strokes and patterns to create some visual interest. If you wanted a softer, more blended look, you could smooth it out with a damp sponge. You could even use a sponge and dab it to create a little different texture style. But I just used these two putty knives and played around with it until I kind of liked the way it looked. Once I was happy with the texture, I let it dry overnight and then I got to work on the floating frame. There are a few different ways you can do this, but I purchased two 1x2x8s for the frame. I cut them half an inch longer than my canvas for a 1/4 inch gap between the frame and the canvas all the way around. So my canvas was 24 by 48 inches. I cut my frame pieces to 24.5 by 48.5 inches with a 45-degree angle on my miter saw. The measurement should be from end to end on your inner quarter cuts. I used wood glue and my nail gun to assemble the frame. To avoid seeing the nail holes, I shot the nail gun from the top and bottom. I avoided the sides so you don't really see them when the artwork's hung. I used 8 nails in total to assemble the frame. I was originally going to glue these corner pieces inside the frame, but I felt my canvas was too heavy. So I got these 1/4 inch by 2 inch by 24 inch wood pieces from Home Depot and nailed them to the back of the frame. This was a much better idea. I probably used another 8 nails for this step. Then I stained the frame with my preferred colors. I started with a quick scuff sand with 220 grit sandpaper, then used a wood conditioner followed by a combo of weathered oak and early American. I layered until I was satisfied with the color. Not pictured here, but the way that I attached the canvas to the frame when it was done is I actually used a couple deck of cards to ensure that the canvas was completely centered within the frame. So I made sure that it was even between the sides, top and bottom, and the cards kind of helped wedge it into place. And then I nailed the canvas directly into those pieces of wood that I had attached to the back of the frame. And to hang it on the wall, I used nothing fancy. I just put a few anchor screws in the wall and had them sticking out a little ways so that the canvas could rest directly on it. Now, I didn't rest the frame on it as I didn't feel that that was sturdy enough because, again, it is a little heavy. I put the actual canvas on top of it. But that's it. Super easy to make. This was my first time attempting it. These were over $200 at Winners, and I was able to make this for under 40 Canadian dollars. I mean, you can't go wrong. Look how beautiful this is. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. If you decide to make your own, let me know. I'd love to see how it turns out. Don't forget to subscribe for more easy, affordable ways to decorate and turn your house into a home you love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.